Oh, hello, welcome to another MLM dumpster fire. Today we're here to watch a Scentsy video. I don't think I've ever made like a proper video that's just about Scentsy, and I don't even think that they've been included too much in my top MLM fails episodes. Before we get into it, big shout out to all of my channel members. I really appreciate you guys and everyone else who is watching. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. That's a nice free way to support my channel if you'd like. And let's just put a little disclaimer in here and let's get into this video. I feel very goth with this lipstick. Okay, without further ado, let's just get into it. We're gonna be here for a while. This is about half an hour long, so let's just start.
Tell me who you are, where you're from, all the things. Tag your team members. Let me know if you're watching the replay. And I am super excited to chat with you guys this afternoon about something that I am, number one, super passionate about, and number two, have personally went through and experienced. And I feel really strongly about it, so I want some of you guys...
You already know what I'm gonna say. This is a great pause. You already know what I'm gonna say. This is insane. Why do they have to drive and make these videos? Why can't you just pull up and do the goddamn video? Do not be a reckless driver, okay? You can hurt someone, you can hurt yourself, but I think it's even worse if you cause an accident for someone else. Do not be a reckless driver. I don't know why all these MLM people have to make these stupid videos while they're driving. It's so annoying, it's so dangerous.
Guys that do not know me to know that if I say something and it like kind of rubs you the wrong way or makes you feel some type of way or whatever, I promise that everything that I say is coming from a place of love and coming from a place of where I want you to have success. It doesn't matter if you're on my team, if you're in my company, it doesn't matter. I want everybody who's anybody that wants to build this business to be as big as it could possibly be. I want to help support you. And this is something that's very, very dear and true to my heart. So let me introduce myself real quick. My name is Chastity Robinson. I am a Superstar Director. And before I got serious with Scentsy, I was with another company. I'm not going to talk about the other company that I was in. I was actually with that company first before I joined Scentsy. If you don't know my story, I joined on the $49 join kit with less than $72 in my bank account. I had no idea if my card was even going to go through, but I knew I loved the product. Long story short, here I am. About six I earned, so I joined in August. I joined in July, but didn't sell till August. I had earned Disney by October. I had promoted from a brand new consultant to superstar consultant within the incentive period. And then obviously the incentive period was over, and I would say that this conversation that my sponsor Chloe Cox had with me was probably, it was less than a year. I would say it's probably in late January, early February. And she said, look, you just can't do both, because you're just not gonna find success with both. I don't care which company you go with, but I really, it's on my heart to tell you that I think you need to focus on one. And she had that conversation with me, and I prayed and prayed and prayed about it, and I asked myself why I was with whichever company and this, that, and the third, and I decided to go all in with Scentsy. And I decided to go all in with Scentsy in March of that year.
All I'm hearing here is you're broke. Don't worry about it. Spend the last time you have on your bank account into this business and you're going to end up on top, just like myself. And no, you won't. And no, don't do that. Let's just not be reckless financially as well. Let's not be reckless drivers like this lady, and let's not be reckless with our financials. You're not gonna succeed. Scentsy is just like any other MLM out there, in my opinion. And according to the FTC, up to 99% of people that join join any multi-level marketing company out there, they never end up earning any profit. The only ways that you would have a chance is if you have a big following on social media, or if you join early enough in the beginnings of the network marketing company and you can rank up and recruit a bunch of people. She got lucky. You most likely won't, so please don't do it.
And I promoted to director in July of that year, so like less than 6 months later. And back then they used to have this thing called the J months, and the J months were super slow. Nobody's hitting numbers, nobody's getting paid at title, and so it was sort of unheard of to do that, right? And now I say all of this to say that you are not going to find the success that you are looking for if you are selling for multiple companies. You're just not. Now, if you are somebody that is a hobbyist, that is just pitter-pattering around, that's different in a way. But at the end of the day, when you're selling for more than one company, you are completely confusing your customers, completely confusing them on two different levels, especially if you're trying to sponsor. If you're trying to
okay, people are not stupid, lady. I mean, if you are into multi-level marketing companies, people are smart enough, believe it or not, to understand if you're in a wellness MLM and if you're in a makeup MLM. They're gonna be able to understand the difference between the two, and if they like your makeup or the makeup that you're advertising and they try and then they want to join your team and try the business, they know which company to ask for. The makeup MLM, not the wellness MLM. You know what I mean? Like, people are not stupid. You're not gonna confuse them by being in two different MLMs. Only one. Don't confuse people because they're idiots.
Sponsor in two direct sales companies, you just need to stop. Period. Because you need to ask yourself why you are wanting to sell and recruit for both of these different companies, because you cannot build a downline that's going to trust you and build a culture that is something that people are not going to want to leave if you're dibble-dabbling in everything, because it's statistically proven when you're multitasking, your effectiveness goes way down. Same thing when you're building a business. So not only are you confused,
but I thought all millionaires have 7 different streams of income. So how are you not allowed to be into MLMs? Well, not allowed. You shouldn't be. You're not advised to be into different MLMs. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to have a bunch of income streams on the sides, right? The light coming from my monitor, I'm actually like looking up houses in Dublin because I really want to leave. Oh my God, excuse my chair. I want to leave this shitty apartment and this godforsaken city. So I'm kind of just looking at ads of houses in Dublin. If we want to be millionaires, we have to be multitasking, right? We have to have a lot of different income streams, no? I thought that was the whole deal about being an entrepreneur. I guess not.
Your customers when it comes to if you're building a team, but same thing with the products, because then they're gonna think, oh, well, she must not be making enough money with Scentsy, so she's going over to this other company. Guys, listen to me. Listen. The grass ain't greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. And I know that sometimes there can be these new companies or things that pop up and they look shiny and bright and new, and you jump over there because for whatever reason. And then you try and do both to see which one takes off. Put your head down, get to work and focus on one thing and do it well. And your business is going to thank you for that. And also, if you're not finding success in Scentsy, ask yourself, are you doing what you need to be doing? Are you actually doing the activities? Are you actually meeting new people, having parties, having join conversations? To me, and I know that I've had, like I said, from personal experience, I got a lot of hate from the company that I left. I didn't leave on bad terms. I was very upfront and honest. I told her where my heart was, and they were so completely ugly to me. Ugly. Straight up ugly. It's not like I was quitting and saying, F everybody. I literally said it very nicely and was like, I have these customers, they're going to roll up to you, blah, blah, blah. And I was just told that I was doing the wrong thing and I was never going to find success in this bit in Scentsy and all that. And you know what? That just completely proved to me that that was not where I needed to be, because that wasn't the culture that I wanted to create. So I want you to ask yourself, which product and which business do you have unshakable belief in? Because I'm going to tell you that the difference between my success with my previous company and the success I have now is that I have unshakable belief in our company, in our products, in our CEOs, in our culture. There is not a single person on this planet that could tell me anything negative about Scentsy that I would sit there and agree with. Do things happen? Of course. Are we always happy with the decisions that are made? No. But I know that our CEOs have our best interests at heart. And I know that not everybody's like that. So that's the first thing that you need to really ask yourself is why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And I know for me, I've had to have this conversation with a leader before, and I'm like, look, I'm going to love you and I'm going to be there for you either way, but I truly believe that you need to pick. And if it's not Scentsy, I'm not going to be ugly to you. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to do any of that stuff because I don't think that's right. But I do think that you need to pick a business, because you're also, this is something else I wanted to talk about, you are also confusing the heck out of your team. If you have even one person in your downline, you are confusing the heck out of them, because they're like, well, and you may not realize that people are saying these things or thinking these things, because when Chloe had that conversation with me, I didn't really think about it. I didn't. And the thing is you're confusing them, because they're like, well, should I do two? Do I need to do two? Maybe I should jump on over there with her. Or why is she doing two? Is she not successful in Scentsy? Does she not really think that this can work? And like, it's just so, you're just not getting a clear message out to anyone, especially when it comes to building a team. Now, I know, because it's happened to me too, like, you really, really love a product. Let's say you really, really love Beauty Counter. And so you want to join Beauty Counter to get the discount. And you join, but you start promoting it. That right there is 110% different than, like, for me, I have a doTERRA consultant account, but I'm not selling to anybody. Nobody even knows I have a doTERRA consultant account. I have that because I can buy from myself and I get a discount. Not once has anybody ever seen that I have a doTERRA account, because that would confuse the heck out.
Honestly, if I was listening to this and if I was her downline or interested in her business, I would be a little bit offended, because I'd be like, lady, do you think that we're all dumbasses? If you are working with two different companies, people are smart enough to understand, this is one company, this is the other company, I like this one, I want to join this one. All I'm hearing is people are stupid and don't advertise more than one company on your account, on your profile, because people are gonna get confused because they're stupid, which is not true.
Out of my people. And I'm not saying like you should worry about what other people are saying, but that's just the fact. I have a couple of friends that have, like, for instance, I have a mutual friend with Chloe, and Chloe reached out to me about this girl, and she was like, you need to sponsor her. And I said, no, I don't want anything to do with it, because every other week she was with a different company. Or she was posting in her stories about two different companies. Like, one day it's this, the next day it's that. That tells me that they're not for sure about anything that they're doing. Because that tells me that they're just trying to make some extra bucks and trying to make some money. That they're not being super serious. Once you find a lot of success In this business, you will have people cold message you and reach out to you and say, hey, I've seen you've done so well with Scentsy. I know you could rock this business too. I don't even entertain it, because at the end of the day, if you want to find success, you need to go all in. So put your head down. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Don't worry about that new opportunity, and support your team and your culture and your customers. And I know that I would not be where I am in Scentsy if I had stayed with that other company trying to dibble dabble in both. I mean, most companies are completely astronomically different when it comes to compensation plan, products, like just all the things. Like, we had a Facebook group with this other company that I was with, and it is 110% different than the Facebook groups that I'm in now because of Scentsy. The culture wasn't what I needed it to be. And so I know that it can look like, well, I just really need money, or I really need to make this work. I need you to pray on it if you're the praying type. I need you to talk with your sponsor and your director. I need you to figure out what you have so much belief in. And if you are not in love with Scentsy, like you're not in love with the product, you don't think it's the best, if you are not all in like that, are you all in like that in the other company? Are you all in like that with anything? Is that just your personality type to like just dibble dabble and stuff? And like I said, if you're a hobbyist, then that's fine. But the second that you start sponsoring people, you don't need to be sponsoring people from the other team or for other companies. Like, that's just not, it's not a good thing. Now, also, I have had multiple people from my previous company come to me, and they came to me and joined my team. I say that because I didn't go back to them and say, let me tell you about how great this company is. I'm going all in. It's so much better. It's this, that, and the third. It is.
Yes, very, very important to note that she did not cross-recruit them. They came to her themselves and they wanted to join this opportunity. Not because of anything that she said to cross-recruit them with the intention of cross-recruiting them. They just came to her all by themselves and they wanted to jump ship after she jumped ship. Yep. No cross-recruitment, I promise. No cross-recruitment happened.
I mean, Scentsy culture is like no other. And I knew that.
They all say that though.
But I never went back to those people and asked them to come with me or to come on over. And it was 5 of them, because I had started growing my team pretty largely with the other company before I joined Scentsy. And if you want to private message me, I can absolutely give you their names, and they are very open to chatting about why they made that decision too, and they left it too, because they realized that you're...
AKA, if you are someone who's watching from my previous company still, and you would like me to cross-recruit you into Scentsy, contact those 5 people that I already cross-recruited, and they can tell you why they jumped ship with me and why you should do it too. Is that what I'm hearing? Because that's all that I'm hearing here.
You're not going to be able to give what you need to give and find that success if you're trying to do 2 different things. Your focus needs to be on one thing, and I think that it's gonna take a little bit of self-reflection, because it's hard to hear, but think about it. And this is something that some other people say, well, millionaires have 6 to 7 streams of income. Yes, they do have 6 to 7 streams of income. It's not another direct selling company. It's investments, it's other things. You are not, I want you to ask yourself this. Have you seen any successful network marketers, direct selling people, all those leaders, not even just in Scentsy, just like world-known leaders, have you seen any of them doing 2 direct sales companies? Hell no, you haven't. Because you can't do it. And because they know that when you build the belief and you find the drive that you need to do what you need to do and bloom where you are planted, That is something that Orville has always said, and I love it. When you focus on that, that is when things will change. But I was telling you a story earlier about a girl that my sponsor had told me to recruit, and I was like, no, I don't want any part of it. You can if you want to, but I want you to go back to her feed and look at all these different posts. I didn't want any part of it because I'm not doing that. And she wasn't going to like what I had to say about it. And that's why I never even had the conversation. And then there's another girl that I have on my friends list who does 2 other direct selling companies on stories. Sometimes it's not even within 24 hours. So you see one company and then it may be the next day, but then they're still popping up. And I'm like, I personally, I don't buy from people who aren't ride or die by their company, because they're not going to provide you the best customer service. They're not going to value you the same way.
Okay, this is just so extremely cultish and strange in my opinion. Imagine I'm someone who works in customer support as a technical advisor for my company. I'm not right or for my company, but I'm still nice to our clients and our customers, and I still have a good relationship with them. And even though sometimes they're annoying AF, I still do my best to help them. And even when they're annoying me, I'm still very extremely nice and friendly to them, because it's my job and I get paid for it. I don't have to be ride or die for my company or my job in order to be nice to people and to provide good customer support. That literally doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have anything to do with each other.
I mean, they're just not. Like, I don't know what I would do if I had to go thank customers from 2 different businesses and like 2 different follow-up systems, or like, I don't understand how or I know that you're not going to build life-changing legacy income, and you can absolutely fundamentally completely change your life, your situation, and everything else in between, but you can't do it half-assing 2 different companies. Because you can't be 50% in Scentsy and 50% in another company. If you are, both of my businesses were mediocre at the time. I was having some decent success, but mediocre. The second I put my head down and said, I am going all in. That next year, I sponsored 45 people. That next year, I earned every incentive and earned
I love how she's using the word sponsor instead of recruitment, because we know recruitment is a very filthy word in network marketing. Recruitment is very closely associated with a pyramid scheme as well. So I have to say that I love how they're using the word sponsor instead of recruit. I've heard that in Amway as well. He was specifically saying, you're not recruiting, we're not recruiting here, we're sponsoring people. It's the same thing.
A top 150, it was either top 100, top 50, it was top something. And I've never looked back. But there is no way that I could have done that if I was still trying to flip-flop back and forth. The grass isn't going to be greener on the other side. The grass is going to be greener where you water it. So if you don't have just this unshakable belief in our company, I want you to find a way to have that with something, because everybody believes in things and everybody is passionate about something. And if anybody had anything negative to say about Scentsy or whatever, I mean, they already know I'm coming out like guns a-blazing. I am so passionate about it. And people have told me that they can just see me light up when I start talking about Scentsy. I would have never been that way with that other company. Not because I didn't believe in the products, not because of that, because truth be told, I still use some of the products. I absolutely do. I support my friends that are in that business, but I would never be able to be passionate about it the way that I am about Scentsy. And I think that belief and passion, and that plays a really big part in it. A really big part in it. So talk to your sponsor, talk to your director, chat it out. Like, I don't think that, I mean, nobody should be being mean to you. I mean, and I don't think that that's the culture that we're not going to do that. But I know that if you choose another company, that's fine. That's fine. People will eventually be okay with that. It may hurt at first, but if you choose to keep going down the path where you're going back and forth, it's just not okay. And
okay, but you can't really speak for everyone collectively, because this is something that we see happening in MLMs very, very often. If someone decides to leave completely or jump ship to a different MLM company, people usually shut them off completely. There's this whole huge drama. People that you thought were your friends shut you off, stop talking to you. They block you on social media because you jumped ship. So who are you talking about? It happens. People are gonna shut you off if you decide to go for a different MLM, or if you decide to leave fully. To say that Scentsy is different is very rich, because it's people and it's what happens in MLMs. That's how people are taught to behave when someone betrays them and leaves.
When you become a top leader in most network marketing companies, you can't be another top leader in another one, because that's cross promotion. You're crossing way too many lines if you try and even think about start selling any of those products to people that are in your downline that you didn't know before, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So do some self-reflection, get passionate about whatever it is that you decide to do, and go all in. If you don't know what going all in means, or if you don't know what you should be doing to build a life-changing legacy business, you need to be meeting new people. You need to be sponsoring. You need to be partying. But most of all, you have to change your mindset. It cannot be about what this Scentsy business, whatever, it cannot be about you. And if you are only trying to sponsor and trying to find huge success, it cannot be just about you. This is how you can bless other people. Did I join this and my other business because I needed money? Absolutely I did. Absolutely I did. But the money's great. And I know that you guys know that. But I want you to self-reflect, get passionate, and look at your compensation plans. Really dig deep into it, because I'm going to tell you right now, the compensation plan that I was in before can't touch what we got going on here. And I literally just completely lost my train of thought. Okay, yes, so our core values: authenticity, simplicity, and generosity. Do you know what your other company's core values are? Do you know what they stand for? A lot of time, I couldn't tell you what the other company is. I'm actually going to go look and see if I can find something like that. Scentsy, we know. And we do it for the people. Our CEOs do it for the people. Your top leaders do it for the people. And I'm going to tell you right now that you may see people in network marketing that are successful. But if they're not doing it for the right reasons and they're just there to make money, I promise it'll end up coming full circle. So I want you to think about whatever it is you choose, how you can use this to bless people. Doesn't always have to be about money. It can be about culture. It can be about friendship. It can be about fun. It can be about having mom time. But when you ask yourself, which one of these companies is going to help me bless people the most, and you change your mindset around it, your business will 100% explode. And that's exactly why when I went all in, I sponsored 45 people within that year. Because I wanted everybody to have a piece of this. I wanted everybody to know that they don't have to sit in a courthouse and fight for child support that you're still not getting. Because at the end of the day, I'm the only one that could change my situation. I'm the only one that could put food on my table. Because it wasn't coming from anywhere else, or I was going to have to wait on it and this, that, and the third. I was the one that had to make that decision. And when I realized, and I built belief in myself, and I knew, and I told myself I could do this, that is when I buckled down, and I've never looked back. And so I just want you to know that you can have that power. And you just cannot be successful by running two businesses. You can't half do anything. But anyway, oh yeah, your customers. So someone commented that your customers can tell if you're all in or not. Absolutely. And what I was saying about that girl with 2 stories, I don't buy from her because she's not all in. It's one thing if you, and let me also say this real quick, and then I've got to go get my kids. When I went all in with Scentsy and I decided that I was not doing this other business, I was very upfront with my team members from the other company, with my customers from the other company, and social media. I talked about it, and I never said anything negative about that other company. But I did let people know I'm letting this go because I'm going to focus all in on this, because this is what I believe in and this is where God's leading me. So I think that communication, when it comes to all of that stuff, if you have been doing that, if you have been doing 2 businesses and you're like, wow, I didn't really think about how my customers are confused. And you don't want to be the direct sales lady, you want to be the Scentsy lady. Everybody that knows you should see you and think that you're the Scentsy lady, not the girl that sells ketones, beauty counter, and Scentsy. Like, you need to be the Scentsy lady. And when you become ride or die Scentsy, I can promise you, people will be able to tell. But like I said, never bash whatever company you leave. But I do think that communication is key. Communication is going to be key with your customers, with your supporters, with everybody. You don't have to like come up with something crazy to post, but I think that it's super important. People shouldn't even be able to find that other link to that other company if you are choosing to go with a different one. And I had a plan in place for if somebody reached out to me because they knew I used to sell this other product, I had a specific consultant that was on my previous team that I gave their information to, so that I made sure that they would be taken care of, instead of just saying, nope, don't sell it anymore, bye. No, because I wanted to be a good human. And when you become a good human and you make it about people, you will find the success that you need. Love y'all. Mean it. Hope this was helpful.
I personally don't think that this was helpful. I also can't agree that you're a good person. If you are knowingly scamming people into a product-based pyramid scheme, how good of a person are you then? I find it very hard to believe that people can be in top 1% for years and years and years without realizing that most of their downline is not making any profit out of the MLM biz. So there goes that. But also, since she made a little bit of an income claims, let's glance at the income disclosure statement. Median annual income for people who are in the Scentsy for a full year is $1,022, which, if it's a side income, fine, it's a nice allowance, a yearly allowance. I still think that you work way too hard in an MLM to only get $1,000 a year. And also, median annual income for group 2, so people who are in Scentsy for less than 12 months, is $152. So that's just tragic that you're working your ass off, you're watching these lies, which are just like word salads and with just not very useful advice in them. You're cold messaging people, trying to recruit, doing all this stuff, and you're only earning $100 a year. But let me know down below what you thought about this. This lady can sure talk. And let me know if I forgot to comment on something, because I may have been a little bit distracted with the apartments and houses on the side. Sorry about that. I've been recording a lot lately. Thank you all so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. You're a trooper and I appreciate you. Big shout out to all of my channel members, and don't forget to click that like and subscribe button to help this video out and to help my channel in general, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.